There are many interesting Force wielders in the history of Star Wars, and Mace Windu by far is one of the more intriguing. To say Mace Windu was powerful would be an understatement. Before Anakin joined the Council, Mace Windu was the youngest member to ever join them. And like Anakin, the Jedi Council believed that it was more than possible for Mace Windu to turn to the dark side at any moment. And when I mentioned he was powerful, it was this power that led many Jedi, including Masters in the Jedi Council, to fear him. Even Yoda, the Grand Master and one of the, if not the strongest Jedi of his time, feared Windu, and believed that if Windu were to turn, he had the potential to become an extreme threat to the Jedi as a whole. This fear of Windu would stem from the fact that, unlike most Jedi, Windu was very aggressive and wanted to win in everything he did, no matter the cost. And it should also be stated that before Anakin came to the Jedi Council to be trained, Mace Windu felt like it was more than a possibility that he himself might be the chosen one. But once he realized that wasn't the case, he grew to be a little jealous of Anakin. But this would take a toll on him, making him go very hard on himself as well as others. But even though he was a Jedi warrior sworn to protect the people and the Republic, he actually loved fighting and enjoyed the heat of it. He truly enjoyed any time where he could display his powers in the Force. But this would be a major problem because the Jedi strived for peace and not violence. And because Windu enjoyed fighting, the Council grew weary of him, due to him not only enjoying combat, but being incredibly skilled in it. It became so much so that even Mace Windu confided in the Council and told them that he believed he loved battle too much. And this was not just him being overly cautious. Yoda himself said that Mace Windu was the best duelist of the entire Order at the time, rivaled only by Yoda and Dooku. But despite many members of the Council fearing Mace Windu and his raw power, they soon realized that his thirst for battle was nothing in comparison to his loyalty to the Jedi Code and the Jedi. But still though, the Jedi were taught not to seek battle and that fighting should be a last resort. And since Mace Windu was very powerful and enjoyed battle, many believed that this would lead him down a dark path, and eventually either leave the Order or become a Sith. And while enjoying battle might not seem like that big of a deal, because many Jedi enjoyed it, such as Anakin and Ahsoka, Yoda said that the path to the dark side often starts with many small steps, and the Jedi Code stated that fighting should be a last resort, and even if you are forced to use your lightsaber, you've already disregarded much of your advantage. The Jedi are supposed to trust in the Force and look for other ways to avoid conflict. But even though the Jedi are not supposed to fight, there are some instances where it is inevitable, such as when Mace Windu had to fight Palpatine. And even though Mace Windu realized that the Jedi should seek peace and not battle, he would go out of his way to create a variation of Form 7 called Vapad and would use his aggressive nature to its limits without falling to the dark side. And for those of you who don't know, Vapad was an extremely aggressive fighting style that drew on the dark side and actually tapped into the opponent's dark side as well and would give the wielder an advantage. And while Vapad might have been a fighting style, it was also a state of mind, a path that goes through the dark side, and only by mastering this one form would Mace Windu prove himself to the Council that he's fully committed to the light side and would never strive towards the dark. And after mastering this, it would work and the Jedi would realize that Windu was fully committed to the light side. But even though Windu proved himself to be a warrior of the light by mastering Vapad, the Council and Yoda still had the fear in the back of their mind that there would always be a chance of Mace Windu going too far and turning to the dark side. What are your thoughts on this topic? Were the Jedi right to fear Mace Windu and his raw power? Let me know. I really hope you enjoyed today's video about Mace Windu. I truly feel like as much as we saw and learned about him, we still know very little about him. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment your thoughts on Mace Windu. And with that, my fellow Star Wars nerds, may the Force be with you.